Sensational.
And subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Wife came home early and found her husband in their bedroom making love to a very attractive young woman and was somewhat upset. "You are a disrespectful pig," she cried. "How dare you do this to me, a faithful wife, the mother of your children? I'm leaving you. I want a divorce straight away." And the husband replied, "Hang on just a minute, love, so at least I can tell you what happened." "Fine, go ahead," she sobbed, "but they'll be the last words you'll say to me." And the husband began, "Well, I was getting into the car to drive home, and this young lady here asked me for a lift. She looked so down and out and defenseless that I took pity on her and let her into the car. I noticed that she was very thin, not well dressed, and very dirty. She told me that she hadn't eaten for 3 days. So, in my compassion, I brought her home and warmed up the enchiladas I made for you last night, the ones you wouldn't eat because you're afraid you'll put on weight. The poor thing devoured them in moments. Since she needed a good cleanup, I suggested a shower, and while she was doing that, I noticed her clothes were dirty and full of holes, so I threw them away. Then, as she needed clothes, I gave her the designer jeans that you have had for a few years, but don't use because you say they are too tight. I also gave her the underwear that was your anniversary present, which you don't use because I don't have good taste. I found the sexy blouse my sister gave you for Christmas that you don't use just to annoy her, and I also donated those boots you bought at the expensive boutique and don't use because someone at work has a pair the same. The husband took a quick breath and continued, "She was so grateful for my understanding and help, and as I walked her to the door, she turned to me with tears in her eyes and said, 'Please, do you have anything, Elsa, that your wife doesn't use?'"
But here's the thing about being married a very long time. You get to know each other so well, right? I mean, my husband knows me well. I know my husband so well at this point that we can have a full-blown argument from start to finish, and he's not even home. So, this year, I have been married 21 years. Thank you. Thank you. I know it looks like I could have been a child bride, which where I'm from, totally possible. Anyway, I wasn't a child bride. Anyway, so 21 years. And here's what I've learned in 21 years. That to stay married and stay happy, because it's not naturally the same thing, to stay married and stay happy, what you must do is keep your focus on what is important. Keep your focus on what is important. Let everything else fall away. See, I'll explain. The other day, my husband and I were having an argument, a face-to-face one, the one where he's actually at home. So we're having an argument, and, I say argument. The fact is, after 21 years, my husband and I don't really have arguments. We have throwdowns. You know, throwdown, like MMA level. Do you know what MMA is, sir? Yeah, marriage martial arts. Proper MMA level. No matter what the topic, my husband and I both always bring it for everything. Because we know that after 21 years and 3 kids, nobody is fucking going anywhere. Right? We are just trying to get to the end of this somehow. And also you should know, like I told you, when I arrived here, I got a UK passport. My husband is Scandinavian, he didn't bother. And then we were having this argument and he was like, "I don't understand why you didn't do it this way." And I said, "Really, what I don't understand is why you don't fuck off back where you came from." Apollo, I cannot lie to you, it felt pretty good. Oh my God, what a great phrase. I am totally on board with it now. Knock yourselves out. Such a good feeling it gives you afterwards, you know. The problem was it bothered our children a little bit because we were having lunch, it was Sunday. Our youngest child, she said, "Oh no, Mama said the F word." And I said, "Oh darling, you're right, I did. But you know what? When you grow up and meet the man of your dreams, so will you." And then my teenage son said something, but let me explain, ladies and gentlemen. Between 45 to 85% of what this child says, I don't understand. Because he's a teenager. He just looked at me and said, "Why so salty, bro?" And then our middle child, apart from being somewhat fractured, she's also very woke. By which I mean she doesn't understand the difference between racism and a joke about racism. So she got very upset and she said, "You can't say that to Dad, that's racist." And I said, "Racist? Look at my face. I can't be racist. Everybody knows only white people are racist." Oh, she got angry. She stomped out of the room. And I was like, "Oh, come on, darling. Sorry, it was a joke. I know you're half white. Oops." Listen, I didn't say that to my husband because I'm racist. I said that to my husband because I'm married. And anyone who's been married any length of time, 5, 7, 8, 9 minutes, it doesn't matter. You know what the most important thing is. It is to win. Yeah, if you want to stay married and stay happy, you must always be trying to win. And by the way, this is not a narrow, ego-based, selfish goal. Not at all. See, when you win, you feel better about yourself. Am I right? Yeah? You feel better about yourself, you feel better about the rest of the world. You are a nicer person, you are a better spouse. You do it for the health of the unit. It is almost selfless, frankly. Always trying to find a way to win for the sake of the unit. Let me tell you, there's so many techniques. I'll give you one more, which is when the correct occasion presents itself, very casually, make sure you lie to your spouse. Okay? But the key is the correct occasion. Don't lie about lightweight rubbish like, "I didn't eat the last hobnob." Nobody cares, it is a biscuit. But equally, don't swing to the other extreme and lie about really important stuff. Like what? Of course, no. This is your daughter. No. Lie on the correct occasions, the sweet spot. Stuff like, okay. "What? Oh, honey, I booked our holiday that week. I had absolutely no idea your mother was coming." And the reason you lie like this is when you do this, you keep your spouse mildly destabilized at all times. Right? And then you have more power, higher chance of winning. Which you do for the health of the unit. There you go.
Queen.
Bye, Felicia.
Be the best you can be. Love your family, love your friends, spread love, not violence, not this virus. As always, peace.